Hi, I'm Graham and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be 10 movies that you can watch on May 2017 on Netflix US. So let's get started with number 10, which happens to be a guilty pleasure of mine, Mortal Kombat. 3 unknowing martial artists are called to a fighting tournament on an island where the outcome will decide the fate of the world. Like I said, this is a guilty pleasure and I don't think they come much bigger than this. I love the techno soundtrack about it. I love the filmmaking, even though it's from Paul W.S. Anderson, one of the most notorious filmmakers of recent days, if you ask me. But I like this one. This one has just a certain knack to it that I like. It's got a certain energy to it, and that thumping score just drives it along. It's not a great movie, but I do like it. Number 9 on my list is The Secret Life of Pets. The quiet life of a terrier named Max is upended when his owner takes in Duke, a stray that Max instantly hates. I'm not really the biggest animated fan, but I found this was quite light-hearted, and I found the humour was aimed towards both kids and adults, and it had something in there for me to enjoy as well as the kids, and I thought it was a terrific movie. It has a lot of movie homages in it as well, which is always going to win me over. It was brisk, it was fun, it kind of moved through these nice action sequences, it looked particularly nice, and I had a lot of fun with The Secret Life of Pets. Number 8 is The Prestige. 2 stage magicians compete in a competitive one-upmanship tournament. Christopher Nolan's warring magician period piece starred Christopher Bale and Hugh Jackman as the two magicians at war. This movie was fantastic and still is today. It captures the sort of true heart of magicians and the sort of true art of obsession, both in their practice and in this vendetta against each other. It has neat twists. It has a really good performance by David Bowie as Tesla as well, which I really enjoy. Number 7 is The Killer. A disillusioned assassin accepts one last job in hopes that the payment can pay to have this singer's eyesight restored that he accidentally damaged, only to find out that he is being double-crossed by his boss. This is a jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring action movie directed by John Woo and starring Chow Yun-fat. It carries lots of the Wooisms that he carried on into his American movies, and with Chow Yun-fat and this fantastic array of gunplay, the movie is absolutely tremendous. Of course, it's got these really interesting characters and this really nice plot that go along with it that really complements the action on screen. This is a terrific action movie. If you haven't seen it, you got to check this thing out. Number 6 on my list is Schindler's List. In Germany-occupied Poland during World War II, Oskar Schindler gradually becomes more concerned about the welfare of his Jewish workforce. Liam Neeson is terrific in this flick. Folk have said it for years, but really the unnamed talent here is Ralph Fiennes, who is tremendous as Goth and creates this truly face of evil that we can resent against, rather than just all of the Nazis, which we do hate. But this puts a particular face, a particular person at the head of this mayhem that's going on. I think his performance is truly outstanding and he should have got the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, if you ask me. Number 5 on my list is V for Vendetta. In a future British tyranny, a masked avenger, known only as V, plots to overthrow the corrupt government with the help of a young woman named Evie. This was advertised as an action movie, and it does have some nice action set pieces in it, but it's got a whole lot more. It is part drama, part mystery, part thriller, part love story. In fact, it just kind of has everything. This is a movie that you can't really sell on one of these tropes. It has all these things together and it all comes together marvellously in this terrific film. Number 4 on my list is The Discovery. 2 years after the afterlife is scientifically proven to be fact, a man attempts to help a young woman overcome a terrible tale from her past. This is a great take on existentialism thinking, and it asks a lot of questions, and some it answers, some it doesn't. What would you do if you knew there was an afterlife? What would you do if you weren't happy with the life that you had and you knew there was a possible escape? What if death wasn't the end? What if there was something you could move on to? It asks all these neat questions and a terrific storyline. And I like the fact that it doesn't give you concrete answers. It gives you something to talk about and to think over, which is always a sign of a good movie. Number 3 on my list is Escape from New York. When the US president crashes into Manhattan, which is now a segregated maximum security prison, The government coerce a criminal Snake Plissken to go in and retrieve the president for his clemency. John Carpenter is one of my favourite directors, and when he works with Kurt Russell, they always create magic, always. And this is fantastic. This dystopian future is grimy, dank, dirty, violent, but it gives us one of the best anti-heroes that we have in movie history within Snake Plissken. This man who does what he needs to do, but doesn't like being controlled, doesn't like being a puppet for somebody else, and doesn't want to do always what he's being told to do, and it is terrific. I really like Escape from New York. It's one of my favourite John Carpenter movies, and if you haven't seen it, see it before you get the inevitable remake that is definitely coming at some point. Number 2 on my list is The Eyes of My Mother. A young woman is consumed by her deepest and darkest desires as her life is turned upside down when tragedy strikes. This is a black and white horror movie, and the choice to make it black and white really emphasises a lot about the movie. The photography looks terrific. You start to search for more in the shadows because of the muted monochrome colours that it has. It also gives you this nice commentary on this girl who was headed a certain path until something happened that sent her down a dark road that there's no return from. The movie was kind of shocking. It's kind of gross as well with some of the body horror that happens in it, but this is a terrific movie, and it seems to have escaped everybody, probably because it's black and white and not really their typical horror fare. But this is a terrific movie, really good, really atmospheric, and something that I really want you to check out. And I kind of struggled with what I was going to put my number 1 this month, but I decided, because it's its 10-year anniversary, I thought, you know what, I'm going to put Hot Fuzz as the best choice to watch this month. Exceptional cop Nicholas Angel is involuntarily transferred to a quiet town where he can't outshine everybody else. But there seems to be something sinister going on, and he is paired up with a bumbling police officer to try and solve this strange mystery. Directed by Edgar Wright and starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, this take on big blockbuster action movies mixed with the satanic panic movies that came out in the 70s is a strange concoction that works extremely well, down to the performers that are all in here. They all know exactly what movie they're making, and they do it exceptionally well. I think Timothy Dalton gives one of his best performances ever as a scenery-chewing possible bad guy that just seems to appear at will and steal whatever scene he's in. This is funny, it's got great action, it's got great characters, it's got bromance. What more do you want in a movie? That's my number 1 choice. Make sure you check it out this month. Thanks for watching, and remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I will see you next month for another top 10. Thanks for watching.